Okay, so because I've been asked this, what's the players that I picked for the Become Immortal evolution? We're going to go through that. Why I'm saying wait, and also if you have done the Strike Force evolution, let me see if I can quickly show you this. But if you've done the Strike Force evolution, one card that I did on this account, I did Heung-min Son, one of my favorite cards. However, in terms of my main account, what I ended up doing is Zola. End up evolving him in the Strike Force. I think with a finesse shot, low driven, and quick step, I think he's a very good player, and he's icon level, so he's getting that chemistry. Left wing, right wing, cam, and striker. Lacks the 4-star skill, weak foot, which is unfortunate, but that is what I'm considering. But anyway, the Become Immortal evolution. So as I said, everyone else that you look, you can get it within 20 days, so you got more than enough time. Okay, so don't be hasty. I know you want to probably oh yeah, I want to basically play this and get this done, but don't. Okay, so what we do know is we go back here to the Immortals thing. So we do know first of all you go from 88 to 82. Now I believe it's on the 8th of April. So look here. So right now from the 4th, the objectives are available. Now with these objectives, I know you have to choose the player. So you can see the objectives. If you go here to become immortal, you can see, look, honing your craft. Every legend sharpens the skills becoming immortal. Complete these challenges to enhance your become immortal player and take the next level, next step forward towards greatness. Now, you have to score 3 goals with become your immortal player. So you have to choose your player. Now, we all know, as I mentioned already in yesterday's video, do not choose above 6 playstyle pluses. It's stupid. I think they mention it somewhere here. But yes, max of 6 regular playstyles and 2 playstyle pluses, or they will receive no further playstyles. I don't know how this one works, but the good thing is, because if you're watching this, you're listening to me anyway, my advice, we're waiting. So let the masses go and rush and experiment for us and let them make the mistakes. There's probably people out there going to rush as usual, they don't listen to me. But let them experiment for us. Let them be the cannon fodder, per se, in evolutions. And let's see if they do, for example, 7. Do they end up getting a plus, anything like that? So what I'm going to do is, at the very least, I'm going to wait to the 4th. I would probably wait a bit longer because the 4th, but as I said, look, you have 13 days to do these. So you have 2 weeks, okay? So 13 days. So at the very least, should I say, sorry, I'm going to wait to the 8th because on the 8th, I can then choose the Playstyle Pluses. Then on the 11th, I can then choose the Playstyle Plus. Now, this is where things get a bit... Now, hang on. I'm not even slept yet, by the way. Literally over 24 hours. So I'm not even going to pretend to do this maths myself. So we have 13 days left. So in 11th... So yeah, you'll have about a few days spare. You'll have about... I don't have to do maths. I don't know what I was thinking about. Yeah, you have a few days spare. You know, we got 6 days until the 11th. And then after that, you then have... another about 4, yeah, about, let's just say 3 days, safe side, okay? You have about 3 days to do it, which is actually fairly easy to do. And then when you're going to be doing that, you can then do the evolution. So the evolution is also coming out 11th of April. And the thing is, look, we don't know the stats. And this is why I'm saying don't rush. Because let's say we go to evolutions. We go to Become Immortal 2's out. Hang on, when the hell did that come out? Hang on. Hang on 1 second. I'm just seeing this now. Maybe that's under rewards and cosmetics. Maybe foot.gg leaking information early. But anyway, look. Yeah, I actually don't know. This wasn't there last night when I made this video. Not on foot.gg anyway. I don't know if anyone else... Maybe by the time you're seeing this video, I literally just checked this like an hour. Like, I'm pretty sure, unless my cache was saved, I'm pretty sure I didn't see this either. Okay, but anyway, look, we know Become Immortal 2 is out. We know this because you had a choice between CDM and Cam, and you can see the sprint speed is a bit of a problematic one. So I'm probably going to be choosing a player that has a sprint speed. But look, we can actually now see, hang on, add the mortal technical. This is just the objective, right? Yeah, these are the objectives. Hang on. So which one is this one? Aha, unlocked by the local hero objective. Okay. So maybe this was not out at 6 p.m., but it isn't out now. I'm not even too sure. Let's just have a quick look at it. Improvisation. That's fine. Not always right, by the way. And might not always have all the information, so it's always better. Normally I cut this bit out, but you know what? I'm about to go to bed after watch this Arsenal game, so I might just do it. So yeah, here it is. Become immortal local heroes. Here it is. Complete this group to choose a path, become multiplayer, earn an Evo, granting a CDM or CAM player with a boosted rate of 90. So even with this information, I would probably still say wait, and I know what your argument is going to be. Well, we already know the players. We already know, for example, the 92 overall. We already know that what the play styles are. That way we can choose the players, and I understand that aspect. But personally speaking, the evolution comes out on the 11th of April. Now, me personally, I want to see how the evolution changes the stats because these get capped, for example, to 88 sprint speed for the cam and for the CDM 86. Now, is that a hard cap? Does that mean that the final evolution they don't get any more pace upgrades? This is what we don't know. So I don't want to go out and say, okay, yeah, go ahead and do it, because then I'll get, even though I'm probably doing it in your best interest, I'll get blamed. There's someone out there that will say NealGuides said this. So that is why I'm still going to say it. But even then, let's say if I wasn't advising, I was doing this myself, I would still wait. I know there's still players available. Maybe you could argue the evolved players. And we'll go for a quick one, which players to choose. So CDM. So realistically, I think at this point, 86 sprint speed, it's not good enough. It's really not good enough. It's at this stage of the game. Look, if you want this card to last at least beyond team of the season. Okay, we're going to put some filters in here. We're going to put the sprint speed. We're going to put at 88. Again, I know the evolution could make it higher, but that's why I'm saying wait. Let's say we filter this by 88 sprint speed, 88 defensive awareness. You can see we've got a lot of players here. Don't forget, you don't have to worry about, normally I would go, okay, you know what, we've got to worry about the leagues here. But the benefit is you don't really need to worry about the leagues here because they're going to, assuming you evolve them all the way, they're going to get the icon level chemistry, as you can see here. But I presume most of you will be doing the evolution. There could be a chance some of you may not be doing it. That I completely understand. You don't want to pay for it. That's fine. So there's actually some interesting cards because you can use Certified Magician to upgrade some of these bronze players. That's why I've not touched any of these Certified Magicians. I know this technically ends today, so you have to make a kind of a decision. So let's say you really had your favorite card. Let's say it's Moulin, whoever this guy is. Let's say he's replaced your favorite team. He's your favorite player in real life. And Certified Magician is going to be expiring, which I believe is today in 5 hours time. Or let's say another evolution that comes out, then I will understand to go and make a choice now. That will be the only reason that I warrant. Also, something else we don't realize is on the 11th of April, do you know how I did? Do you remember that card that I did? I did my got some great evolution teams here. But you know how I did my, which card did I do? Yeah, my, what's his name? Philogene. I haven't slept, so I'm a bit tired. Remember I got this card in December. Remember I got this God tier card in December. The only reason why I did this card is because on the final day they released something which gave him like 92 sprint speed, 93 finishing. Because I did some combinations, I could only make him on the very last day. So between now and the 11th, there could be a chance another evolution comes out, which we can combine together with these cards. That's why I'm saying still wait, because there could be an evolution that's for a bronze card or an 85 and below that can make that card even more OP, like a sprint speed evolution, and that can make the final evolution God tier. So that is why I'm saying take all these things into account. Unless you know a player, I really wouldn't take the risk. So I think at this stage here, when I'm looking at a CDM, I'll tell you what I'm really looking at. Interceptions. I'm looking at ideally 88 here. And I would say physicality, I would want strength at least to be 80. Aggression to be 80 at this stage. And then what I would say is short passing, I would say I want it to be 85. Although this could be upgraded later on. So you got to bear that in mind. We're going to put long passing on 80. And we can see with this filter, we still have a lot of players. So now we can go with a bit more. Okay, let's go a bit more realistic. So acceleration, I would want 85. That would be my minimum that I would really want. And you can see we've already taken out most of the players here. This is the thing. Let's get rid of the acceleration then. And then let's increase. I prefer much better sprint speed. So let's increase the sprint speed to 92. So you can see now 94. Okay, just if I had to put like a whole blanket over this, and I had to be like, you know what, let's put the cards I want to choose in the box. It'll be something like this. And let's say, for example, I wanted a height. So let's say, because don't forget, there is still the part 2 technically coming out. So of course, this one will get them up to 90 rated. So first of all, you get them to 88, and then you will get them up to 90 rated. Um, the final evolution, God, the thing I'm trying to predict what comes out in the final evolution. I don't really know, but look, I think any of these cards as a CDM, I think with these filters, you have a good standing because you pick anyone here. Maybe if you really wanted to be really specific, I think we could put. You don't need a 5-star week for, but let's ignore the play styles for now, and let's say we put a height of 175. So at least here, when you're picking some of these players, you know that you're getting someone that's at least got very good sprint speed. I think, look, ideally go towards the high sprint speed and then the high defensive awareness. So you can see, look here, first, you can see that some of these players naturally, they got the high sprint speed, they're getting the boost. So I think choosing those natural players like a high sprint speed, you can see we haven't got that many pages here. 4 pages, 3 pages, 2 pages. Someone like Party, if you're an Arsenal fan, I think that's a really good option. I think sprint speed is more important than acceleration for CDM. So I'd say any of these cards right now would be for consideration. I would say any of these cards. Anyone that plays in multiple positions, even better. But I don't think, these centre back cards, they could be like, she's only 5'9" at 175. She just comes into the filtering system, but that's something that you can consider as well when you're looking at these cards. Is there anyone else that can play centre back here? Because I'm thinking here, okay, no, there isn't. There is a few players, but they're a bit too short. Let's say we got rid of the sprint speed. Let's say we put the sprint speed to 92. So you, for example, this Adolphin card, look at that, 93 sprint speed, intercept jockey, anticipate. So he could actually be a very good centre back. And don't forget, most people don't really have centre backs. Like I've got some really god tier centre backs. I've got Kunde, I did a flash step on him. And then next to him, I've got Van der Ven, which are really 2 god tier players with jockey playstyle with intercept and block, the 2 playstyles that I want. So to be honest, a card like this would be really, that's what I'm trying to say, still wait. At least then you can make your mind up when you do decide. On the 18th is when I believe, so the evolution comes out on the 11th, right? So yeah, so that is actually some decent players to actually choose here. That is some actually decent players to choose. Let's go over to the cam. So for the cam, I would probably say sprint speed, I would want at least 90. I would say finishing, I would want at least 87. I know they're going to be cams. So long passing, I'd want at least 88. Short passing, I'd want at least 88 as well. Now, agility and balance, we're not going to add in because I understand that with agility and balance, there might be some taller players. So I don't want to admit them. Then we're going to go shot power. We're going to go shot power, and then we're going to put that as 88. We're going to put curve. We'll be a bit more conservative on the curve, put 85. Then we'll put composure, and then we'll set at this point minimum 85. Even though I don't really care about reactions, but I know people are obsessed with it, so we'll put that at 80. And then we'll put vision at about 80 as well. So let's see. So now with those filters, we should still have a lot of players. We do. How many pages? Oh, we haven't got that many pages here, actually. I thought we did. So you can see, for example, from here, there's actually pretty, don't forget, these are going to be getting icon level, but you can see like here, these are all the base stats that are going to be insane. So you can see she's extinct. It's only today she became extinct, or maybe not. she's not fully extinct. Okay, that's something just to bear in mind. But don't forget, she already has a playstyle plus already. So, you know, you got to be careful because it says over here, if your become multiplayer has 0 playstyle plus, they will see ping pass and press proven. If they have 2 playstyles, they will see ping plus. So, you know, you don't want to choose the same playstyle again. I think any of these cards would be justified, but I said I just threw like a whole, you know, just Mateus Nunez. I really like him. You know, 87. So like when I'm looking at this card, I'm looking at a 6 foot, 87 finishing, 91 sprint speed. Don't forget the playstyles you can basically admit because we're getting anticipate, we're getting finesse shot. Look, unless for some reason you wanted a playstyle that wasn't here, let's say I don't know, you wanted quick step, which I believe, or it's quick step plus. Rapid, I believe, is there as well. It's rapid there. No, so let's say you really wanted a rapid playstyle. And don't forget, we're going to have to be choosing players with 6 or less playstyles unless we figure things out. So let's say with a rapid playstyle, if you want, let's say you wanted a very specific playstyle that you wanted for your, I would do something like this. And then maybe you can cut some of these people out like this and maybe open the filters a little bit. So if you really wanted quick step or, for example, rapid in this situation, we did quick step. Let's say we did rapid. I don't know how many players have that, but let's say we did. So obviously rapid is not here. Quick step is. Just thought about it for a second. But let's say we wanted rapid. So rapid is over here. So now we'll have all the players with rapid. So now we can actually think about it. So like, you know, Gavi, let's say you wanted Gavi for the specific reason. He has the rapid. And also when you look at him, he's actually a good player for like a center mid. It's something that you can consider. So unless you're looking for a specific chemistry style, play style that's not here. And don't forget, you get 3 other play styles. But I think you get like, you know, relentless, block, and trickster. So there is still some play styles that are not going to be here. Like, so I understand that. So unless you're looking for a very unique play style, that is something that you just bear in mind. But I think with this filter here, you have some good amount of players you can choose. Don't forget, all these players are going to be getting icon level as well. So assuming you evolve them all the way. So there is a real big interest. Let's say, I'm just going to, just for the sake of it, we're going to put the defensive awareness at 80. Is there anyone at all? We have 2 pages maybe. We do, yes. So these are players that can do basically a bit of everything. We know there's going to be a weak foot and opportunity to increase the skill moves and weak foot. So again, we don't know if it's you can only if the player there's probably going to be a chance where you either make it 5-star weak foot or 5-star skill moves similar to the future stars. But what if there is a situation EA said if the player's already got a 5-star skill moves, you can't have a 5-star weak foot, you only choose one. I don't know. That's why there's probably a low chance that's not going to happen, but that's why I'd rather wait. And you see Hall there, a certified magician. I think there's a lot of cards here for contention. Don't forget, these are the cam variations. And I'd want someone that's pretty quick on a ball. I think any of these cards here would be good. But again, I said I'm waiting. So look, I would say definitely if you're wondering about who to choose right now, let's say you're really rushing forward, you need to choose someone right now, then I would say use these filters and just make the best appropriate decision. Likewise, if you Hall is your favorite player and who does he play for? I don't even know what club that is. I was going to say Reading, but it doesn't look like Reading. Warsaw. Let's say you're a Warsaw supporter. Then, and let's say Certified Magician is going to expire, then I understand. But I'm probably what I'm going to do is on the 11th, when the evolution comes out, I'm going to make a video, probably on my main channel or maybe over here. So make sure you subscribe for that. And then what I'll do is I'll go through all the best options. And at that time, on the 11th, so the 11th will be next week on Friday. So next Friday, this will all be coming out. On Friday, normally, there'll be an evolution normally on Wednesday the 9th and then Friday. So there could be a massive combination available. But I'd rather make a decision with the most informed decision, all the information available. And that is why I'm waiting. But if you were to hastily make a decision, I will do that. If you're asking me about the play styles, again, we don't know about the 6 play styles. Just give it a day or so. Let the masses figure out for us. Let them be the cannon fodder, experimental for us. But the 6 regular play styles, look, I think you got to be careful on what you do choose. I think for a cam, I'll be leaning more towards finesse shot. Let's say I chose 6. I'll do finesse shot, incisive, power shot, tiki-taka, press proven, and maybe technical Trivela, depending if you like to abuse Trivelas. For CDM, I'll be more inclined toward going towards jockey, anticipate. I would probably also maybe consider doing finesse shot and power shot, press proven, and tiki-taka. And then for the cam variation, I will imagine incisive. So you can pick, I believe, 2 of these playstyles. So that would be for a cam. It would be I think for a cam, it would be incisive and quick step is what I'd probably be leaning towards. And then for the CDM, I think I'd probably go with intercept and anticipate. But even for the cam, you could go with finesse shot if you use it more. But I think incisive pass, I don't really have any good incisive pass on this account. And I love quick step. I think it's really the best play style. If I don't have the finesse shot, boohoo, I've got other players that can finesse the ball. But I don't have anyone that's got quick step and incisive. So, just quick note, when I'm looking for players, just in general, I think maybe I'm not even saying a handful of players. I think maybe there's like 20 players. Not even 20 players. It's 3 players. I was thinking maybe some more cards that have both incisive and quick step. There isn't many options, so you can see why I'm probably going for that one. And the last one, I would say probably Tiki Taka or the Paint Pass for the cam. For the CDM, again, it could go either way. I wouldn't use Press Proven here, but I think although there is a good argument for this, I would probably go here with Paint Pass for CDM, but I can understand Tiki Taka as well. Okay, well, we're gonna watch this Arsenal match. I'm gonna kick off in like 2 minutes. Bedtime for me. Thanks for watching, and make sure you use this for us. Peace out. Check out my video, and don't forget you got literally 6 hours left for you to enter my Patreon. So it's patreon.com/NealGuides. If you want 20% off, enter code April. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace.